It was certainly sunshine and leaf for one club the day. Welcome back to Fog Football. Hibs 2, Celtic 1. A wee bit of that European hangover as Hibs put themselves in pole position, in my opinion, for third spot. Oh, yeah, what a midday game, right? Regardless of who you want it to win and who you want it to lose, I think we can all admit, I think we can all agree here that that's a game for Scottish football. That is a selling point. VAR drama, some good goals, controversy, 8 minutes being added on, who knows what's going on. Crazy, crazy match, crazy, crazy game of football. And for me, I think that's the difference maker. I mean, Hibs could fall apart, folks, but Jambo Bear calling for the 9 to 5. Let's see what he's got to say here. It's Jambo Bear. What's Jambo Bear got to say about that
Jumbo
result?
Bear.
What's he got to say? Hit me with it.
Well, you know what? I know he's a rival. I've always liked David Gray. Always respected David Gray. Well, he was a good Hibs player, good Hibs defender, good Hibs captain. Had that historic winner against Rangers in the Scottish Cup. Propelled them to legendary Hibernian status. Point is, I've always liked David Gray, but right now I like him even more.
Aye, Davy Gray's the man, but let's not talk about the 2016 Cup final. Let's talk about Hibs' Cup final today, 2025.
You
Great
know
win.
what? I was going to go it. Preview show, I was so tempted to go Hibs 2-1. I thought, no, you know what? I'll give Celtic the benefit of the doubt. I won't have people saying, oh, you're just going against Celtic. But I genuinely did think that Hibs would get something today. And I could see them winning the game. But, you know, I played it safe. I went 2-2. But I'm fucking glad I was wrong.
Aye, I'm glad I was wrong, but I mean, it's probably a pretty damning blow to Hearts' top three finishes, no?
Yeah, don't worry about that, right? That's a line we will cross forward in the road.
Aye, but this road is great. Davy Gray stepped up to task today. I tell you what, I think he's the prime example of why you don't sack a manager.
No, he is. Like, the guy needed time. I mean, you look at the state Hibs are in. You throw him in with a real lack of inexperience and a really shit squad. The guy wasn't going to turn things around straight away. I think you needed to be patient. You needed to accept that the results at the beginning might not be up to scratch, and they weren't. They were really poor.
Well, they
I
were.
tell you what, I think he is a bit lucky not to be sacked.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there did look at a time like where we were saying David Gray could take Hibs down.
And
A
now,
lot of people were saying it.
yeah, now you can take him to the group stage of European football.
And I think he will. I think you've been saying it, I've been saying it. Hearts and Jambo Bear original, you and Cameron's been saying it. I think most of us have been predicting Hibs before they won today to finish third, and I think after today, that only strengthens our claim.
Yeah, I mean, I said at the intro, it's not confirmed it, because obviously not, they're not even third, but I would kind of be shocked if Hibs didn't get third now.
Yep, but they're the form team.
No, they are, and obviously they take on Celtic in the Cup, albeit at Celtic Park, but this will give them massive confidence for that as well.
And what a game that is going to be.
Yeah, I mean,
Now, we did say, as soon as the draw was made, if that was at Easter Road, there would be a real danger of Celtic winning the Scottish Cup, because Hibs at the moment are the form team. I think Hibs are the team that you probably do not want to play.
yeah,
Obviously, Celtic are the best team, right? They're the team that everyone's wanting to avoid, but from a Celtic standpoint, I think the one team they wanted to avoid in that Scottish Cup was Hibernian.
and
You
they,
could make a case even if Rangers were in it. On paper, right now, Hibs are, they are the second best team
yeah,
in the league.
yeah.
If you're going on just like current form, last 6 games, they're probably the best team.
Well, they're undefeated.
Yeah.
They're undefeated in the last 13. Celtic in the last 13. I mean, there's two defeats and there's a lot of draws that you wouldn't expect them to draw. So I think you've got to say Hibs are the most informed team right now.
Yeah, and I think that Scottish Cup, man, what a game that's going to be.
Yep.
And we'll be there.
Absolutely, aye, we will be there. But shall we talk about the game?
Well, you can talk about the game. I'm going to go back and work the slave 9 to 5 job. So,
Aye, I'll talk about the game. But Jambo Bear's he's a happy man for his rivals winning.
yeah, I've got a lot of respect for David Gray. I've always liked the guy. Always said that.
He must like jam tarts or something.
He must do. Anyway, David Gray's a legend. It looks like maybe Scotland isn't a one-team league after all, so aye. Get
Aye.
that Hibernian takeover going. Where's that Bournemouth money? Get it pumped in. Maybe we can see a 14 title race or something in the future.
Aye, absolutely. And there's a lot of controversy, which I'm sure there'll be a lot of fids on the channel. But that's Jambo Bear signing it.
Aye, till next time. Peace.
Peace. And Jambo Bear is away, folks. You're stuck with me now. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into the game of football. So I thought, yeah, it would be very not disingenuous, but it could be easy to blame Celtic's European hangover on why Hibs won the day. But I think that wouldn't be fair on Hibs because I think you can argue that for like the first 15 minutes. I thought Celtic were really, really shaky, but then they grew into it. But Hibs were very good on the counter attack. I thought Boyle and Wally were absolutely fantastic today. Yeah, I mean they might not get as much credit as a Campbell who got 2 goals, and if you get 2 goals against Celtic and your team wins, you're obviously going to get the you're going to get the credit, and that's rightfully so. But Triantis, middle of the park, thought he was brilliant. He finds Campbell. It's poor defending for Celtic because you've got Carter Vickers and Trusty nowhere near each other, which creates the space for Campbell. Schmeichel can't do anything. He's a wonderful goalkeeper, but I don't care if he's 40 feet tall here. He's not saving this. It's 1-0. Great goal for Hibs, but from a Celtic point of view, it's very, very poor. O'Hara then he hits wide for a corner. Bhoys then has a shot saved. Calmack loses possession here. I believe it was Greg Taylor that headed it down to Cal McGregor. Loses the ball. Could have easily been 2-0 here, but not quite. We then have McCown. He tries to whip a ball into the box. Jordan Smith manages to save it. And at this point, this is, I think, where the momentum began to change hands. Celtic begin to turn the screw, as Neil Lennon said on commentary. Johnson has a ball played over the top to him. The shot is then saved. Engels then also has a chance saved as well. Campbell has a shot saved, but it's offside. And there was a lot of it in this game where there was these clear offside calls, but they were like refusing to do it. They were refusing just to put it up early. And you know what? See if it's close, like genuinely close. They obviously leave it, right? But see, there's ones where it's like 3-4 yards offside, and you're thinking, this is just wasting time. But more importantly, it's feigning injury. You don't want to see your players get injured. You know what I mean? You don't want to see players picking up injuries from needless plays, phases in the game that could have been flagged. So don't like that. There's another header saved for Campbell, but the next one ain't saved. Ball whipped in, fizzed into the box. Campbell, it's a floating header to the back post, and it is 1-0. No, sorry, 2-0. Half time hits. You're thinking, couldn't have asked for a better half for Hibs because they weathered a bit of a Celtic storm and they're leading 2-0. And I think when a team's leading 2-0, it's hard to overcome that. It really, really is. But if you remember, about a month ago, Rangers were 2-0 up against Hibs, and Hibs brought it back and, should have won that game. It ended 3 each at the end of the day. But Celtic make a triple sub here. Pretty telling for me. Taylor comes off. McCown comes off. And who else came off? Adam Adair came off. So, did Celtic get better with this sub? I think they did, but I think if they kept these 3 on, they would have still naturally got better. So I don't think it's fair just to pinpoint that these 3, cost. I mean, I thought McCown had a pretty decent first half, and I thought Greg Taylor was all right. I mean, Adam Adair, I don't. I mean, yeah, I know it seems like we have an agenda against the guy, but I don't think he was particularly great. But let's be fair here. I thought Yota, come on, he looked a step above most players on this pitch, and that goes for his own teammates as well. I thought he was great, but yeah, we'll get to the moment where Yota could have changed the game for Celtic, and he didn't. We go into the second half. Hibs, though, they begin pretty well, pushing for a goal. There's then this incident where Bashiri gets a shot away and it hits Schlupp, and you're thinking, there's nothing even in that. And there's VAR here for a red, and you're thinking, you could see Celtic getting this. It's never a red for me. Schlupp gets up relatively quick, and I get it. If you whip out a shotgun and shoot somebody in the pitch and he no-sells it for whatever reason because he's a Terminator, it doesn't mean you can't go to jail for it. But at the same time, I don't think this is a red. If you catch my drift. Boyle and Boy, man, they're absolutely carrying it up front for Hibs. Hatate, ball gets played back to him. Mishits the shot, but it finds Dyson Maida. And this is why Dyson Maida is the best player in the league because, every other player would have gave up on this, folks, like 110%, but he doesn't. pokes it past Jordan Smith. Now, as excellent as Dyson Maeda is here, Jordan Smith, like, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, just come and collect the ball. He doesn't. 2-1. Miller pretty much immediately for this finds Boyle. He can't score. There's then a penalty shout for Hibs. And I thought that this is where the pendulum swung. Could this have been a penalty? Yes. Would it have been soft? Absolutely. It's sloppy for Carter Vickers, but I can't remember who the Hibs guy was, but he went down far too easily for me. You know, if he didn't go down as easily, the ref probably would have gave it, but it's the theatrics, you know what I mean? But then, Celtic counter. Brilliant for Jota. Does everything right. It looks like a guy that's worth 25 million, but then he doesn't pass it to Kuhn. The other guy is worth 25 million. Really should score here. And if Celtic score here and make it 2 each, probably could they win? Potentially. Engels then pushes Campbell, but RJ Bargy here. No idea how he wasn't booked. Because, like, it was weird. Campbell, it goes out for a Celtic throw, and then you just see Engels, like, fucking fully run towards Campbell. I thought, oh, it was something said prior. But he was just trying to get the ball, but he fucking shoved him into, like, the advertising board. And then Campbell obviously reacts, but no idea why there wasn't yellows dished out here. Maybe there was, but I don't think there was. Engels then hits an overhit pass to Alistair Johnson, who busts a gut, to be fair to him. Fizzes it across. Maeda makes it 2 each. Very lucky, but here, Dyson Maeda, right place, right time. As I said earlier, best player in the league. He's an absolute poacher, and this is why he bangs in goals for fun recently. But it got deemed as out. Here, this is more a factual thing than an opinionated thing. But see, to me, man, they don't show an angle here that proves it's out. See, initially, I thought it was out. But see, once they slow it down, they don't show you a good enough angle. I can't turn around and say definitive whether or not this was out or in. But the fact of the matter is this. If they've used the technology and they've said it's factual that it's out, then who am I to say they're wrong at the end of the day? So, must be the correct decision. Hibs, lifeline, 2-1. Campbell almost gets a hat-trick. Oh, Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers has spat the dummy. He said that Alan Muir has had a guess at it. Oh. 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 Oh, he's no. That's no good. That is no good. Alan Muir had a guess at it, says Brendan Rodgers. Oh, no happy. There's going to be a lot of controversy coming out of this game. Absolutely. But as I said, man, I can't really tell, but it's one of those decisions that it is literally factual if it's in or out or not. But what I would like to see the replay, and I think Celtic can absolutely feel hard done by that. Let's be honest. I mean, I am honest. You know what I mean? Like, if that happened to Rangers, I would want conclusive proof that that ball went out. But the reality is, they don't give you the replays during the game. Obviously, if you're in the stadium, you can't get the replays. You know, we know with VAR it doesn't do that. But we're watching on Premier Sports here. We should be able to see some form of, you know, decisive, conclusive decision. And I understand Brendan Rodgers' his fury there. I do. Hoylett made a good run. Campbell almost gets his hat trick. It was poor for Schmeichel, but he collects it in the end. And then Campbell poleaxes his sloop. Hibs see the game of football out, folks. What a game. What an advert for Scottish football. Hibs are on fire at the minute. They will get third. Celtic still will win the league. But obviously, Rangers have the chance to close it to 10. And I want it to be as small as possible. But yeah, another defeat for Celtic in the league. Only the second one in, 27 games. So still a fantastic season for Celtic. But pretty disappointing week for them. You know, going at the Champions League and now this. So, yeah, folks, leave your thoughts down below, and peace.